I took my wife to the movies, and we went to see Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. And I had an interesting conversation with a friend. We had a debate about that. And for him, it was a great movie. For me, it was okay. Visually, it was very good. You could see that they have more budget. And I mean, listen, the first one was visually amazing for me. I loved the respect of a certain view of an African culture. I think it was great. I love to see a few actors that I know, etc., etc. The fact that everybody had an accent, all black cast, etc. Okay, it was cool. But I believe that the problem with this type of show is that when you do a show and people are doing the show not knowing what's going to happen, they don't know if it's going to be a blockbuster or if it's just, hey, listen, we're going to give you 200 million budget or 150 million, and you better listen. If you make us a benefit of at least 20 or 30 or 50 million, maybe you will have a number 2. And then when it came out, to the surprise of everybody, it was one of the most grossing movie for Disney Marvel. 1 billion and some. Everybody went crazy. It was like, yo, that's the movie. So the problem to me with this is that okay, first there's two things. Once you make the perfect movie, it is very hard to redo a perfect movie, especially when you lose your main actor, who's really the star and the heart of the movie. When you lose him, and rest in peace Chadwick Boseman, when you lose him after you already have the scenario for number 2 and etc., and you have to redo everything, rethink the whole thing, it changes everything. So to give you first my positive reactions, the movie is 2 hours and 40, and I didn't feel them. So it means that I watched the movie. Cool. Visually very beautiful, really nice. And then even if I had some critics, I believe, to me, I understand. I don't want to put the movie down, because it's still great that we have that movie and a sequel, etc. I asked my wife when we were done watching, what did you think? And she said she loved it. And she said, what about you? I said, it was cool. After the first one, I was, but this one, I was like, I think my main 2 issues is I don't see the actress that is playing Shuri as a Black Panther. Like, I don't know, the role doesn't fit her. She's perfect as this amazing scientist, and yeah. And I know in the book, I think in the comic books she becomes Black Panther, but she doesn't give it to me. You see what I mean? Oh, listen. No. Coming to America was worse. Coming to America, I was trying to like it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Now, Coming to America #2 was horrible. That was whack. No, listen. After the masterpiece, that's the #1. This one, they really did a bad job. But here, I wouldn't say that Ryan Coogler did a bad job. I believe that he just did choices that I don't know. Like, for me, who was perfect as Black Panther, she has everything. She's beautiful. She has the body. She's just Lupita Nyong'o. Listen, Lupita as the Black Panther, I would have said yes. Yes. Then the rest, to me, I don't, it didn't do it for me. The other thing that caught my attention, nothing troubled me watching the movie. It was cool for me. But it was more something that I can see. There's a trope with Disney, is they have this they have this over wokeism inside of Disney, where they are trying, and I think it's Hollywood, but they are trying to politicize entertainment to the max, a little too much. And if you decide not to see it, you're good. But if once you start seeing it, it's hard to unsee it. I saw it first with the Star Wars, and I didn't pay no mind too much. I was just like, okay, it was cool, but it felt like I was watching episode 4 again. It was a reboot. And then you start realizing that in the Disney movies, when it's a woman that is a hero, or when it's a woman that is, you will see that even if the woman is a bad person, they will have a redemption in the end. They don't die. Even if it's the villain. For example, in Black Widow, in the end, I was under the spell, whatever. And in Star Wars, and in many Marvel movies, when it's a woman that is the protagonist, she does everything better than men and much faster, way faster. Like, you're gonna have your hero you have to take the steps when you the story of the hero. You see, sometimes you have to fail a bit, learn more and more and more, and maybe at the episode 3 you were amazing. Especially in those superhero movies. The reason why everybody loves Iron Man is because in the beginning he's a jerk, and after 20 movies he sacrificed himself for the world. When it's a woman, she's perfect from the start, and it makes it hard for people to connect with the people. And the problem is that when you have all these people writing those stories and now just trying to, ils veulent cocher les cases, les gens. They're just trying to make it in a way where, hey, so we need a woman. She needs to be non-white, and she needs to be super strong, and she needs to kick men ass. She needs to be kick-ass, and she needs to every man that is boom. And so you don't connect with the hero because you don't see them grow. They just arrive and they are amazing. And I didn't feel that much in that movie, but then I felt it after watching. I was like, wait a minute, like there was no man in that movie. It was like a movie for. It was like the Woman King Volume 2. It was only women. It was only the Wakanda warriors, all women. It was Shuri. It was the Black Future Iron Man, Iron Heart. I didn't like. I don't know. I didn't like that storyline. I don't think they did it very well. And yeah, you look the movie. You're like, wait a minute. Why is like, well, there's no men there. Like, all the men get their ass kicked, and I was like, okay, I guess that's the new Hollywood. I mean, it didn't prevent me from liking the movie. I just felt that after watching it, and I was like, yeah, the movie was good, but I also understand that there's this handicap when you start with such an amazing actor, and then you lose him on the way. It is complicated. So I take this into account. What's my cherries? Oh, there you go. So I understand that. I really take this into consideration as I'm saying this. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's actually a great movie. I believe that I would have preferred the Namor story to be a separate movie, because there was a lot of it. And actually felt like it feels like, okay, I'm gonna tell you how it feels. It feels that let's say you have this club, you have this company, and you're like, please let me do a club. Let me take care of one of the clubs. And they say, okay, you can take room number you can take that room in the back, and you do your thing, but nobody expects you to do something amazing. And then you do something amazing, and now the people who just made $1 billion with you, they're like, oh, can you do another one? And you're like, of course. And now they're like, oh, hey, listen, we're also gonna put this and we're gonna put that, and oh, you're gonna convey that message, and oh, listen, it's not gonna be just the blacks, it's gonna be the Mexicans as well, and it's gonna be this and it's gonna be that. And you're like, oh, it's what? And but listen, it was a cool movie. It was a cool movie. I don't want to spoil it. It's just that when I came out, I was like, yeah, I mean, But I mean, listen, they did what they could with what they had. I really believe that the fact that they lost the main actor really makes the whole story complicated, I guess. So listen, other than that, it was a cool Marvel movie to watch. Again, listen, I'm not a big Marvel fan. I'm more a Star Wars fan, and even there, I'm not like so knowledgeable about. I don't read the comics, read the books, all that stuff. So it's good entertainment, and as long as you look at it this way, you enjoy the time. So that's exactly how I looked at it, and I enjoyed it. Then after a week, I was like, I saw a few things, and I was like, oh. But listen, I think they did a great job without the star of the show. I understand that they didn't want to replace him, but Lupita was the one. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. Listen, go see the movie. Support the amazing work of Ryan Coogler because it's important. I was born in Kinshasa, so that's where I'm from. Also, too. For me, it was great entertainment, but I wouldn't give it a 3 stars. I will not watch it 3 times. Well, listen, to me, the Marvel movies, I mean, there's a lot of them that, I mean, listen, me, I watch not as a fan. I watch them like, eh. Maybe I could rewatch everything to understand the connections of everything, but I mean, some people, they are really into it. Me, I'm not into it. I'm more like, yeah, I watch everything Star Wars, but Marvel, yeah. But listen, yeah, it was great entertainment. Because of feminism, we see such in this. Yeah, I know that the people at Disney are very into the whole, very woke, very feminism, very feminist. There's really an activism inside of the company, but they have to be careful because I think it's creating a loss of money in the company because a lot of people are saying now, hey, we just want to see entertainment. We're not here to receive lessons from everybody. We are just trying to watch a good movie. And whether it's with black people, if it has a reason to be there or not, or whatever, or stop trying to always give lessons to everybody about the world and lecturing people using the movies. But then again, if you think about it, if you go rewatch Rambo 3 in Afghanistan, you realize that the Americans have used movie to propaganda, to do propaganda forever. So it's not something new. It's just that once you see it, and me, you know me, I look at movies and I listen to music in a very different way. I don't know how to not see the collaboration. When somebody takes a phone and it's a Samsung phone, I'm like, oh, somebody paid. You see what I mean? If I see like 2 Samsung phone, but a Samsung tablet, I'm like, okay, they paid. And some people, they don't even see that. Me, I don't know how to see it differently because I understand also what's happening in the back. And once you see the Disney trope, that hand of trying to have that woke message all the time, you start understanding why some fans of those franchises like Marvel and Star Wars are like, enough. Just tell us the good stories. And listen, if you have an amazing story and then you want to sprinkle a little bit of feminism, some minorities, make it inclusive, yes, but the good story first. And I believe that the problem of a lot of these companies is that they want to put the activism, the wokeism, and they want ils veulent cocher des cases. They want to have all these things first, and then they want to write a story around it. And that's how you write a bad story. That's when you like the people see, like, you know, in Avengers, I think it's in Avenger, the first time I was like, So in Endgame, there's a moment they fighting against Thanos, and there's this moment where you have the badass moment of the women. You have like all the women hero at a point, you can see them all fighting together one by one. And there's a moment like you see them, they are in slow motion, the music changes, and it's like the moment of the woman. And I remember in the room, everybody clapped. Everybody was like, yeah. And yeah, it was cool to see. And I didn't think nothing. I was like, oh, okay, that's the women's moment. Okay, why not? But then once you see that, you start looking at the rest of the movies, and you see that now in every movie there's going to be one. In the Star Wars movie, there's one. In the Mandalorian, in the episode The Rescue, you always have that. It's like, oh, we need the Vader moment. We need a women's moment. We need Hey, we need the black person or the Indian person. And you like, guys, the movie first, the story first. Then, but hey, listen, what you want me to say? It is what it is. It's their movies, they do what they want.